Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktirbhavati Naishtiki Om Ajnanatimiranjasya Jnananjana Shalakaye Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuthapatakamalam Shri Gurunna Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrachatam Sagana Ragnathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpadarubhasya Kripa Sindhubhyev Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swami Niti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarne Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we decided, our Shraddha Mataji requested me to speak on the topic what is to be in the women's body. What are the pros and cons of women's body? That is the question raised by one devotee Mataji. Now we will, as much as my little knowledge allows, we will discuss about this topic. So, the Lord, the Supreme Lord, created man and women, right? Different categories. Totally. Both are human beings, but man's body is different, women's body is different. The basic difference we all know, women is very soft, tender, and fragile, but men is rough, tough, heavy, strong. So, for this women's body, what is imbibed, like, when Supreme Lord created different living entities, different qualifications, different qualities are given. Like, for example, there is a dog. What is a dog? Dog means what? Dog means, generally we know that dog means bark. It protects the house. It is very grateful animal. So it cannot stand in one place. So these are all the qualities or behavioral. This is how a dog is. That's that which cannot be changed. If a dog is not grateful animal, then something is wrong. Normally, dogs are grateful, right? And so dogs, generally dogs bark. So this is like, the instinct characters which is imbibed in the dog's body. Similarly, any animal, any other species, if we take, we will find out that there are some specific qualifications for that body. If you see a fish, Fish means water body. Fish lives in water, and his body is adapted to water. If we always 24 hours, if we are in water, then we will die. So fish is made to be in water. So like that, the women are made to be with certain quality, certain characteristics, and certain pattern of thinking, certain way of behavior. Generally, as I told you in the beginning itself, women means fragile, very soft. And only women can produce children. So for this, she always needs protection. And being in women's body, we cannot do certain things. But still nowadays, ladies are trying to do. That's why the contradictions are happening. Yes. So immediately the argument comes, the women are also in the army, women are also in police, women are also hardworking, they are auto drivers, lorry drivers. These are all exceptions. Some exceptional ladies are there. But generally speaking, women are softer. Women want to imitate men, so the confusions happened in the society. But otherwise, generally how a woman should be, and why it is how a woman should be came, because the duties are different, the body is different, the duties are different. Then the man and woman combined together make a family, right? But now the duties are confused. Women don't want to be a housewife, or now they say that telling housewife is not so good. So they are homemaker. That also they want to be. They don't want to be like simple. So by saying that I am a housewife, it is degrading. So I don't want to be degrade myself. I want to build up my confidence. I want to be this. I want to be that. That is prevalent in the society. But nothing wrong to be in a humble mood or submissive mood, because that gives us protection. That gives women a protection, right? You see any women who came up brave, become a leader or become a prime minister or chief minister, internally they were very, very horrible. They were not at all peaceful. They were suffering. That's today, to speak this topic only, I was thinking about many public women, like cinema actress, politicians. So I just made a research kind of thing, that how these women, so-called women, they are in the public, forgetting their real identity. See, our real identity is Jivera Swarupahaya Nityara Krishnadas. But now in this material world, we are given the women body. In the women body, as I gave you introduction, that we have certain pattern of thinking, we have certain pattern of way of dressing, speaking, living. Everything is different, and it is mainly soft, fragile, sensitive, emotional. These are all for women. But when some of these ladies, when they go opposite, then they internally they are all collapsed. Internally they are not peaceful. Internally they lack something. So for name, fame, money, or to show power, they came in front, but they made big messes. And sometimes they were not able to protect them also. So, but we devotee women should understand, this is the body given to me, but using this body, I can also go back home, back to God. There is no restriction in that. Generally, women think that, oh, I am in women's body, so I am inferior. That's why I should compete with men. Men should compete with men, right? Same type of person should have a competition with the men. Why women compete with men? That should not be the case. But in the world, it is happening, right? That's why women become very insecure and they want to wear pant, shirt. But men are not so feeling so insecure and they are not wearing saris unless they are transgenders. They don't wear sari. Have you ever seen a man want to imitate women? Now it is not trending, at least for now, till now. But women, they want to drive bike, they want to drive heavy vehicles, they want to imitate men. 90% we are seeing. No? That means modern, equal. How a woman's body be equal to men's body? By describing the differences, I want to speak more about the women's body. Unless we compare and tell, how we will be able to understand? The women's body is very fragile, very weak at times during monthly periods, during pregnancy and during child delivery time. Women needs protection. Women needs love. Women needs care. Women should be under shelter. That's why Shastra also says that one should never kill a woman, old person, child. So it is written. That means women are very weak persons and they never go into battlefields because, they are very, very fearful, very scared. These are all characteristics of women. There are 4 qualities for women mentioned in Shastras, that they are fearful, they are shy, they don't initiate any sexual activity, and they are very, very, very careful about when other men, except husband, approaches her. These are all the terms in Tamil are very clear. I don't know the equivalent terms in English. So only Tamil devotees can understand that. Acham, Madam, Nanam, Payirpu. There are 4 qualities, inherent qualities in women, which beautify the women. It comes with the body of the women. So, however we say that, there is no difference, there is no difference. You see, they fight for equal rights. Even in Western countries, the color of dress for a girl baby and boy baby is different. For boys, they put blue like that. For girls, they put pink. You see, there itself, the discrimination is there. Color difference is there. Dress difference should be there. It is there because according to the nature, the dress code also changes. So, in being in the women's body, we don't have sannyas. We don't have battlefield. This way, both the way we don't have. Because in both the field, both are extremes. One is fighting, one is renunciation. We see in other religions, they have renunciation in some religions. But as per Shastra, women doesn't have sannyas. The sannyas is automatically given when she becomes a widow or when she becomes a vanaprastha. Otherwise, she has to be in the family, protected, live safely. That is very important for women. When the society forgot this, nowadays it is forgotten, totally forgotten. Because of this condition, women are suffering. We are seeing, no? We are seeing. Women may come up in education, women may come up in military, police, or driving, but still there is no security, right? We see, that there are so many girls get cheated, so many girls get spoiled in the public also. So all these things are for women. See, if somebody, something happens to man being a sannyasi or being a free man, he can even walk naked in the road, no problem for him. But women cannot, right? Women cannot. Women always to be protected. The body is like that, body structure is like that she needs protection always. But this difference, if a woman doesn't understand, then the problem comes. They may become world leaders. Nowadays, we are seeing that they may become some department head or so many things are there. These things may happen. They may come up in the society, but internally, all these ladies, we should make a research completely, or somebody should take up a research study, PhD, and then study the women's nature in different positions in the society. It is very, very painful inside. They are not so happy. The public figures, if you see any women, they are not so happy and they are very, very confused inside. And their management is definitely not good. They may rule, they may be very, very strong, but women is a woman. In many occasions, we can see this. So, Sastrically also, we want to speak about this. So, Prabhupada writes in Bhagavatam, 6th canto, where the understanding of men and women are different, that we should understand. Once Lord Shiva was holding Mother Parvati on his lap and he was giving a class. So this was seen by Chitraketu, who was a devotee, who is also a devotee. Recently we studied, right, Chitraketu's story. He saw Mother Parvati and Lord Shiva and he was commenting on Lord Shiva. In this comment, Lord Shiva was not at all agitated. He was not at all disturbed. He was cool. But Mother Parvati got so angry. So angry, and she cursed Chitraketu. Then Lord Shiva explains the situation, the reality of the situation. The reality of the situation is something different, which Mother Parvati couldn't understand. So this means the woman's body means emotional, sensitive, needs to be protected. Unless we understand this, unless we get convinced of all these facts, we will not follow Sri Dharma. Then we will be deluded by the modern feministic ideas. Many couples come to me for counseling and they get their marital problems. So recently one Mataji, she didn't come for me to counseling, but she was fighting with her husband for more money. Both of them are devotees, note the point. Both of them are devotees. But this Mataji, she always feel that, I need to be very competent. I need to drive this bike, two-wheeler. I need to take care of my children. I need to build up my confidence. Like that, she always speaks. For women, nothing like that. You take care of the family, run the family with the amount of money the husband gives. Why do you worry all these things? Being a devotee, lady. If you are a non-devotee, your mental structure is different. But being a devotee, always Prabhupada gave us the theory, simple living, I thinking. Simple living, I thinking. I am surprised being a devotee woman, thinking about career, building the career, getting separated from husband, and she says as if the husband is a sadist fellow. The husband was not a sadist fellow, he's a normal, nice devotee. But because of greed, women has greed also. That's why this three is explained as expansion. Because that's also the reason that women are not awarded sannyas, because then women are more body conscious than the men. Though women pick up bhakti out of sentiment quickly. They are so emotional, sentimental. That's why mostly women picks up bhakti, but who is strong for a long time is men. Because they are intellectual. Women are emotional, women are sentimental. Due to sentiment, they come first, but due to intelligence, the men stay more. That's why they could remain brahmachari, they could remain sannyas, and they can strongly perform. But the thing is opposite with women. Nothing wrong to be sensitive, or nothing wrong to be emotional, because this is the way the women are designed. Shy, fearful. Fear should be there in a woman, because she's, but the society is teaching the opposite. Oh, you should be confident, you should prove yours. What we want to prove? Remain chaste, humble. Easy, no? The easy things are given to women, but they want to complicate it more. That's because of the modern influence. Otherwise, the body of the woman is sensitive. The intelligence is not so sharp. That's why women are not allowed in the battlefield. In battlefield, you have to decide how to capture the enemy, how to kill the enemy, how to target the enemy. All these things for women, it is not possible, right? Women cannot handle politics also. Fighting is different, politics is different. But nowadays, women collector are there. They answer the interviews very nicely. They prepare nicely. They come up with flying colors. I agree with all these things. But internally, they are not very happy and peaceful. Because this is against their design. How they are designed, it is against it. So they cannot be peaceful by performing, politics, by becoming a big, great politician. They are not able to handle, but internally they are they are suffering, I can say. Internally, they don't have a peaceful life and they suffer. Already, no one is having peaceful life, but this is too much. Too much. If women remain simple, according to her body structure, she will be safe, protected. But because the modern education makes them to remain independent, that created a lot of problem in this world that we are seeing every day. You open the newspaper and see what is happening in the world. The people say that, if some women are misused or abused or raped, many this newspapers and in social medias, they all shout. But the very, very important point the woman herself should understand is, if I want to be safe, if I want to be protected, then who can stop it? Then they say that, when the problem mostly come is when she goes out for study, when she goes out for education, job, or independently traveling. In such situation, these things are happening. We all know that, right? There are so many cases. You open the newspaper or you study where the women are raped and killed, raped and killed. That is so much in the papers, so much in the newses. Why? So when they argue, the non-devotees, they argue, no, argue, government is bad, polices are bad, they are not taking enough steps. But the important point which we should understand is that if you are safe, protected, if you don't go out in the dangerous hours, or always go with your husband, go with your father, go with your brother, if such, or go with, live very protectively, who will stop you? Okay, the society is very corrupted. In that case also, if a woman is very sincere, if she wants to be pure, then the demigods help. That we see in the life of Damayanti. Damayanti was a queen, right? She got married to Nala. Nala lost everything. She was a very intelligent lady, very nice. She always told her husband not to play the gambling with his brother. But because he had a bad time, so he played and he lost everything, even clothes. That much bad time it was. So, but Damayanti was very intelligent, so she sent her son and daughter to her parents' kingdom. But now both of them were sent out of the country. So nobody could help them. And she was wearing proper clothes, but my husband was not wearing clothes. So she had to share the clothes also with him. In the forest, both of them were suffering. So the time is very bad for them. So Nala thought that I can manage this adverse condition. Let her go to her parents' palace, where she can live peacefully. That was his intention. So he gets separated from her. The time Damayanti in that forest where her husband left her, till she reaches her father's home, the struggle she underwent it's really, really very, 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 very amazing. But her purity, her sincerity, her mental strength protected her. That's we see in her story. That if a girl is very determined to be very safe, pure, then the demigods, then the Supreme Lord helps her. These things only devotees can understand. If we go and preach these things to non-devotees, I don't think they will accept also. They may argue and fight. My suggestion is, being in women's body, let us be careful. Because for women, the prime point is chastity, protection, safety. That is important for ladies. If that is the most important thing, why we should take it for granted? See the society, they are all free, they are all going here and there, enjoying, the women are going for job. Everywhere you see now, free life is there. But I don't want to be like that. If we decide, can anyone stop it? Then when the women decide to be very pure, when the women decide to be protected, then the Supreme Lord and the demigods also support. You see, same Damayanti story. She wanted to marry only Nala. But that she was at that time Miss Universe, no? So the demigods wanted to marry her. That beauty she was. But she was very sincere. She wanted to be very chaste lady. And she prayed that, please show her. Because all of them in her Swayamvara, all of them came like Nala only. So she prayed very sincerely. I should understand this. Then she was able to see all demigods are standing 1 feet above, and their garlands are not faded away. They are not sweating. So now she could understand who is Nala. Similarly, we see in Suganya's story also. When her old husband became young, she was not able to recognize. That time also, she was praying that, let me identify my husband. I don't want to choose anybody else other than my husband. So again, she got that help, higher help. So if a woman wants to be sincere, woman wants to be pure, then the higher help comes. Though the society is corrupted, society is unsafe. So to protect the body of the women, women should be determined first, and she should go into the shelter. Many ladies nowadays, they want to get separated. They want to go out and live independently. It is a very, very risk. Maybe the husband in the family may be harassing, but that is one harassment. When a woman goes out of the house, there will be hundreds of harassments. That the women should think about it. At least here I have to handle only one man, but if I go out of the house, I have to handle so many men. So better I should be under his protection. Let me be submissive. Let me tolerate. Let me live with him and remain satisfied with whatever I have. So the woman's body doesn't support heavy duties, only light household chores. Heavy duties like, lifting so many things, or driving, or traveling to space. So we have seen one lady, she traveled to space. She was very intelligent, very nice things. But, you see the videos about her, that it was again a politics. Some politics were made to make her kill in the journey itself or something like that. I didn't go deep into that subject matter. She was intelligence, everything was there, but, she was killed because, there was some politics, which women cannot go into politics. Women's intelligence level, thinking level is only how I can cook for my family, how I can take care of my children. That is that. Until then is okay, fine. But going to space or ruling the kingdom, taking a gun and fighting, managing an office or managing many things. Yeah, managing within the household certain things is okay, possible. But beyond that certain capability, at certain level, the body will not be cooperative. Body itself is very sensitive, right? Very fragile. And but still they want to prove, they want to do, and they are doing, but internally they cannot be happy. They are miserable. That's what we see. They are miserable and they don't accept that also, right? They don't accept that also. That's why, as I told you, the points are again repeating, that a woman cannot either go to battlefield because of the sensitive body, fragile body, or they cannot go for a higher level of spiritual thing like sannyas. Yeah. But this is nowadays trending in the society, that women come up with a managerial job, or like in the army, in the police. But it is against her nature, because our body is not built up for that at all. So there are many studies happened in the Western people. They keep on study, what is the traits of girl, what is the traits of boy. So in one experiment, uh, they put all girls' clothes to boys also, boys and girls, all of them. So it means they have a long skirt. for boy children also, girls also. They were giving some eatables, like, you can take puffed rice. It may split, there is a chance that they get down. But the boys were, when they started serving, boys were putting the hand, but the girls immediately took their skirt and go like this, so that they can take it nicely. Boys were also wearing skirts, but they didn't go for that option. So the girl children automatically, they lifted their skirts, and then they wanted to catch hold of that eatable nicely. So the study says that, in a the boys' mind is different. Boys' behavior traits are different than the girls. From childhood, they are shy, they are soft, they are sensitive. So they cannot go into such fields. That's why the body is made of like that. The body is made to produce children. Body is made to give care. This we see in the animal kingdom also. Animal kingdom also, all birds and animals. You see the male bird go out to bring something or build a nest. The mother goes, sits there. Like that we see in animals also. Similarly, in the human society also. Why human society is going against it, we don't know. Anyway, so we should understand that this body is made to be like that. So nothing wrong about it. We will go ahead with this body. So we see that many times Palani Mataji gives us the quotes from what is fascinating womanhood. Like what are all the benefits of being in a woman's body also is there. Like, we can simply be at home, enjoy a peaceful life instead of going out, meeting the targets in the office or in the working world, traveling long distance. Such things are very complicated, right? And from childhood, being a girl, I was always, I don't know, nobody motivated me, but I myself chosen nearby areas only. I never used a cycle or two-wheelers, or I always walk and come back home in time, nearby only. I never went for tuitions because I know we have to go long distance, which is not possible for me. So I was not that much, willing to take some actions which is against my nature. Though I studied, I went to college, and everything was nearby, safe, protected. So nowadays, even devotee children, they are encouraged to study materially. Okay, you make them study, but see that they are in a safe environment. They are not like boys, they can come late, they drive very fast. So if we understand the sensitivity of women's body, then we will be remain protective, and give protection to our female children also. And then see that, these are all the benefits. We will be peaceful. Others are not peaceful at all. Working women, where they are peaceful. So if we, and I believe we are not, nobody is here is working women, or we are all housewives happily. You see, if a devotee woman becomes a working woman, what happens? There are three roles: devotion, working outside, and household chores. So how much things she can manage? And they go crazy. They become irritable. And they are not able to manage. And then fight. So much fight is happening. One girl doesn't want to work, but her situation made her like that she has to work. She wants to be at home, cook nicely, take care of son. But the situation is she was from the beginning. What happened? Nowadays, parents also minimum education, job. This is a must. Then when you get married, if that man leaves you, what will you do? What will you do? So the money is main criteria in nowadays in modern society. Money is the main criteria. Career, one should have a career. See, and that too, most. I am in the marriage matchmaking services. I have seen, especially in the Western countries, uh, the way the girls speak and their demand is very painful for me. Their aim is not back home, back to Godhead at all. They are all fancy devotees. They chant, they put tilak occasionally. They don't wear sari. Parents also, they come in either salwar suit or, gopi dress or like that. And they say that we are in foreign countries. We want boy from foreign country only. The demands you see, there is no way that they are devotees. So many cases they come at the age of 30, they come for girls, 30, 35, and they have loans, they have car loan, house loan. Then when they will get married? Education loan. So as devotees, we preach that their main, so no, we are chanting 16 rounds following the regulative principle. If husband is not a devotee, divorce him, get again married, get another job, go travel here and there. This is the trend. Now we should not be like that. Internally, we will lose all our peace, and we will lose our enthusiasm to go back home, back to Godhead. Remaining in the women's body is good, and act according to that body is very, very good. And through this, we can go back home, back to Godhead very easily also. Because, it is not that such strict rules given to sannyas is given to women. We have some little amount of sense gratification, and we are allowed to be happy within the family situation. And we can practice here Krishna consciousness, and in the very women's body, we can go back home, back to Godhead. So we have the opportunity to remain humble. No? See, for what is given to brahmachari, he should be very, very humble to the spiritual master. For us, we have to be humble to our husbands. So we can practice. The brahmachari is practicing in the ashram. A women can practice that in the household ashram, grahastha ashram. So we practice that, understanding the sensitivity of the body. The body is not meant to fight or to go out 40, 50 kilometers in the electric train or motorcycle or car or whatever vehicle, travel and come back, become tired, fight. Then that's what is happening in the modern world. So fortunately, all these devotee ladies are housewives. So we should preach this to the society. How happy and peaceful we are. That we have to preach. And this body needs protection. Nothing else. Care. So this is what my understanding, being a woman's body. It has restriction that we cannot be so free like men. But that restriction is to protect us. Yeah, one can become a world champion, this champion, that champion in sports or in politics or in the cinema world. Oh, such a horrible world. Nowadays, even good family girls are also encouraged to join cinemas, but class pursuit. But the point is, this carrier especially is not meant for a chaste women category. So this body has restrictions. We should but happily accept this. We should not grudge for that. Oh, why we are restricted in so many things. We should happily accept this and go ahead with this. Instead, no. I will fight. I'll go get myself trained in army. So the problem with women's body, we all know that we cannot go and pass urine anywhere and everywhere. We have restriction. The men can do that. We cannot do that. That's why sannyas is not given to women at all, because if one woman becomes sannyas, there should be bodyguards for her. Right? If she becomes even a military person to protect the country, she needs, the body is the same. She may be powerful, but if she wants to go, then how uncomfortable it is. I need not explain that. This is the reality, right? So once one village type of girl, I was with my husband or somebody, we were waiting for in a dark time, waiting for a bus. There I saw only men's toilets were there. Village type of girl wearing pants. Now every girl is wearing pant only. And she was urgently, she got to pass urine. And there is nowhere, because nearby is only men's bathroom, men's toilets. And she went, how unsafe it is. And it's very uncomfortable, the dress, but the society has become like this now. I could see and I couldn't suggest anything. Why it is, even at least if it is a skirt, it is easy to, but this is the society. Now the society is teaching the children to be in pants, to drive, to remain independent. Career is first focus. Family is next. In the Vedic women, we are seeing that the Vedic women didn't have any career, but they survived. They didn't die, they didn't starve. So, being devotee ladies, we should understand these points, that my body has limitations. So my body has limitations. I will act according to this body and remain, and still I can improve advance myself in devotion service. There is no restrictions here. Still I can focus myself. I can take up some services according to my nature and remain safe and remain pure, and I can advance in my devotional life. That point we should understand. This is how the pros and cons of being a women's body. I welcome more comments from other Matajis. Maybe I might have missed so many points. So if you have extra points, you can share, or you can ask for some doubts also. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, can you talk about that point, that just by doing her role, serving her husband, she gets the 50% of the husband's good karma, and
yes.
So that makes it easy to progress.
Yes, for women, no, just by simply serving husband, one point I really want to tell is, husband need not be a devotee also. Yes, now one Mataji is shocked. I will give you example. By listening to this example, you will be amazed. You know Mandodari. Everyone knows Mandodari. Mandodari is the, if you remember Mandodari's name, you will be purified. But who is she? Is one of the Panchakanya. See, Sita is Mother Sita, God's consort. But this lady, compare both, okay? This lady is a demon's wife. But still the Shastra says, you remember Mandodari, you get punya. So it is not necessary that your husband is a devotee, you follow simply, you get 50%, that is easy. But you can be a wife of a demon and still remain pure. Pure, and then you can go back home, back to garden. Prahlad's mother, Kayatu. I don't know about her. Like, Mandodari, it is said that Mandodari told our Ravana that you don't do this. She was requesting constantly, please give back Sita. She was the best among the Ravana's queens. She was kept on asking Ravana that, give Sita, don't do this, all these things. But still, she was chaste and she was. So women can serve simply husband, devotee or non-devotee, and progress. So it is said that if you have a devotee husband, then 50% comes to you. Then your progress is very easy. Separately, you need not do anything. You just follow your husband and you get the merits. You get the merits. But Srila Prabhupada gave us some fields where we can also advance. Like he allowed us to do some services. And we also are given chances in many areas, like in devotion also in that. We have so many areas, cooking, dressing, knitting, means many womanly area where we can progress. So we also can progress, advance, but in any situation, we can progress. That if we understand. So generally, when it is said that women are less intelligent, that intelligence is not academic intelligence. The intelligence is intelligence has a broader definition. Okay, so that's what I was explaining, that a woman cannot decide what to do in a battlefield. She will become emotional or very confused. The men are like, they are very intellectual, so they can take decisions, but women cannot take decisions. That's why it is mentioned in the Shastra that they are less intelligent, but academically they may be intelligent. They may study Shastra, all these things. So women's body, this contamination is there. No, that's also another reason that they cannot continuously engage in devotional service. For example, men can continuously do deity worship, shalagram worship, or deity worship in the temple. But if a woman engage, even household course for 3 days, she has to be out. So the continuous service she cannot do. So that restriction is there. But that is not an hindrance for her going back home, back to Godhead. Yeah, maybe she cannot do service, but this is a negative part, definitely. But if a woman is determined, if she takes up a higher intelligence, this is where if she has taken the higher intelligence, connected herself with the higher spiritual things, then this is not a disturbance for her. Okay, when the monthly periods come, let me quietly meditate on the Lord. Let me take rest. Let me keep myself away from spiritual duties and focus my mind in the meditation of the Lord. That she can do. But still, this limitation is there. For brahmachari, it is not a limitation. You can travel around, do book distribution, do preaching. So women can be successful in book distribution, preaching, and other things. But if she remains a simple housewife, focusing, doing her duties in the family very nicely and do little service, that is more appreciable. That is more appreciable. Some situation happens, like, okay, if somebody really wants to focus on spiritual life, I have seen some Matajis, after their duties, they became widows. The widowhood is like, sannyas given to you. I have seen many Matajis that after becoming widow, they decorate themselves very nicely. That is, see, already we are taught simple life. We need to be simple. We need to remain simple, because so that we are not materially attached. But when a situation arises, I have suggested some widows that, you should go to white dress, shave your head, because that naturally sannyas is given to you. Accept, no. Some women are fighting for that. A category of women I have seen here in Mayapur, they want to shave their head. They are not widows. They want to shave their head. And, but they are in gopi dress. Shaven head, gopi dress. So some odd things are coming up. And say that, no, we are not attached to the hair. But when somebody becomes a really widow, so there is a chance, yeah. That's the providence given you sannyas. You please take up that sannyas, no? So anyway, I have diverted 50% this thing. Like, if you serve your husband, who is a devotee, then whatever he does, that 50% comes to you.
Pranam Mataji, one question here arises, like if the non-devotee husband sometimes instructs you, like that is not favorable to devotional service, then how do we
Yeah, we have to tactfully
tackle that situation?
Yeah, family, externally we should give importance to husband and family, but internally to Krishna.
Okay.
See, internally nobody can stop you
Yes.
from chanting. Internally nobody can sit in your mind and stop thinking about Krishna. But externally, the husband may.
Yes.
I have seen one Mataji. Her husband, he is also a devotee, but husband wants her to be modern. She wants to be simple. She wants to wear sari. But this man says, no, you have to wear a modern dress and chudidar, all these things. I say that if that is his order, you have to follow. You follow, but internally you remain very strong. Very strong. Yeah. So,
Right.
yeah, externally don't disturb the non-devotee husband's mind, but internally remain strong.
Yes. And in case, like, for his pleasure, you have to.
No.
Yes, Mataji, I got
Yeah.
disconnected.
Yeah.
In case, like, he wants us to eat sometimes with him, like, this creates a
Outside.
problem. Like, yeah, then.
Like you, we cannot be so fanatic. I say that, yeah, go with him and take vegetarian, or try to see that you can order without onion garlic. You tell him that at least get me Jain meals.
Right.
Take some juice.
Yes,
So that
Mataji.
no fight happens there.
Right. Yeah,
Right. I
I
have
understand.
seen many people, fancy devotees, they go to restaurants and eat nicely, vegetarian food, Jain food. They eat. But we are not willingly. I don't want to eat here also, in Mayapur also. You see? Can you imagine? I
Yes.
don't want to go because I like home food only. I don't want to go Govindas also. But my son, my relatives, my devotee friends, they force me. Okay, for their pleasure. I don't want to disturb them, then I go. So similarly, you go with your husband. It is not so Mataji has leniently given in this lecture, because I am going to put this lecture public. So other ladies should not take, oh, this, your condition is unique because your husband is not a devotee. There, I suggest that you should not make a family confusion. You just adjust the situation. But this is not the rule for normal devotees whose husbands are devotees, who should not demand, okay, take me out, let me eat outside. No. This is in exceptional cases, not to fight with a non-devotee husband because he may be in a higher position where they may have to go to some parties. If you request that at least for me, get me some things which are without onion and garlic, you mentally offer and take. Or see that you go to a vegetarian situation.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, vegetarian where everything is vegetarian and you adjust, you take some salads and juice and
Right.
every time you have to manage the situation. And that time
Yes,
you have
Mataji.
to be very pleasing, no fighting, no arguing, no degrading. And that also we see. Oh, you are a non-devotee, this and that, Never.
Earlier it used to happen like that. We like had arguments like, but now slowly I'm learning from
No.
you. I'm learning.
Why you once see in this lifetime we have taken bhakti. So many lifetimes we haven't taken.
Right.
Yeah, you never criticize non-devotees, that too in a close.
Yes.
One
yes.
example I will tell you. One husband, one wife. Husband also Sri Vaishnava. Wife also Sri Vaishnava and later got attracted to Hare Krishna movement, our Hare Krishna ISKCON. And then she is in progress. Husband is slow. When both of them came to Guru Maharaj and then when she was talking to Guru Maharaj, she was complaining about him. He's not taken anything in Krishna consciousness. He is just basically a Sri Sambardaya person. But when the wife started criticizing before the spiritual master, he got so offended. Whatever he was doing, he left that also. This is such an attitude that there itself, in front of Gurudev, he told, you are a prostitute. Sure, no? Then how you can see, you can polishly, requestly tell husband, thinking how you can think the spiritual master can change your husband if he is not his disciple. He is new to Krishna conscious, and you are talking, this is the meeting, then the fight happened. We should be very, very careful in such dealings and never think that I am devotee is non-devotee. Never such superiority feelings, no. We are sitting at home always and read more, learn more. And that also many ladies I have seen, they become, puffed up. We have more time, but they have less time. They go out, earn the livelihood. So they don't have time. I have seen such Matajis also. See, I am superior. See, never feel that being a devotee, you are superior to your non-devotee husband. Always
No,
he is
no.
superior.
Yes,
Always
Mataji.
husband is superior.
Yes.
Because he
And
is the one who is feeding you, who is protecting you. Correct?
One more thing, Mataji. Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No.
Like in case there is a conflict in the family, like between the elders, like father-in-law, sister-in-law.
Yes. Got disconnected. Got disconnected.
Mataji, one more thing, like nowadays there are many women who are in a situation before coming to Krishna consciousness, or sometimes even after, that they are divorced or the husband is not around for whatever things beyond their control. So they have to earn a livelihood because they have no other support. So what is the guidance? What is the
again, I am for them also. I suggest if you are a widow, I suggested that you are already a sannyasi. If you are a divorcee, I say that you lead like a, take up sannyas mentally. It's not that I suggest you wear saffron and take a danda and go. It's like mental sannyas. Remain simple. Don't decorate yourself too much. And this is given to you. And I would suggest no remarriage. But still, some are demanding. They cannot control their senses. They say that we want to get married even after divorce. Marriage is only once only. But if some women wants to get married, our elders, they agree. And in ISKCON society, we conduct second marriage. But generally, if somebody is very, very strong, determined, we suggest you stop with that. Whether he comes back, whether you be with him or not, one marriage is always good. Don't go for second marriage. And this is, for such ladies, this is the chance that they can be serious in Krishna consciousness. Yeah, they have to go out for work. They have to earn their livelihood also. What to do? They have to balance it. By being very, very devoted, then Krishna will give such ladies a protected atmosphere also. I have seen some Matajis who are divorcees. They have good counselors. They have good surroundings. They are very, very careful. Very careful. They don't mix too much with men. They focus on their sadhana. They are very good. I have seen. And also some separated husband is somewhere, wife is here. So they are also like, I have seen one Mataji, she never decorates herself nicely. I have never seen her decorate because her husband is in abroad. She never invites anyone to her house for prasad with like family members. She never invites. She prepares and gives, but never invites. So such restrictions she has applied to her life. So that is appreciable. Like if you are alone, living alone, then you need to be very, very careful. I also suggest if you are alone without your husband, you should stay with your in-laws or with your parents. Sometimes it may not be suitable for you, but this is your fort. It's a protecting fort. We need a fort around us, protection for us. So the family will remain as a protection for us. So it may not be conducive, but we have to adjust and live. Ladies, right? I have seen one girl. Her husband died early, very young. Married for a few years, husband died. She chosen to live, our God sister, she chosen to live with her in-laws, though they are not devotees. The devotees were suggesting her because she is a very skilled person. She can stitch nicely and earn money, very good, good in tailoring and also artworks. She's very skilled person, cooking, expert lady. So the devotees were suggesting her, come out, earn your own livelihood, leave that non-devotees like that. But she is very, very intelligent girl. I appreciate her. She said, I will be with my in-laws. And they also love her like a daughter. So it's an amazing thing. She is there. She is practicing Krishna consciousness. They don't stop her doing anything Krishna conscious. She is practicing, but she is not able to come to temple. But she is practicing. So for widows, divorcees, this is the thing that we all generally, one who is advancing in spiritual life, what do we want? We want to renounce, right? That renunciation is imposed on you, given to you by providence. So accept, no. Right? So am I right? Shraddha Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, thank you.
So anybody else? Others are keeping quiet. Please. I request. Yes, Shyama.
Yes, Pranam Mataji. Like when you were saying in the beginning of the class that you should like homemaker and housewife. Nowadays people like to say homemaker. So once in Vrindavan, a senior Prabhupada disciple, she was asking me that what you are doing, and I said I'm a housewife. She said, "Oh, don't say housewife. You are a homemaker." So then I said, "Oh yes, Mataji." So, what is the correct way to present ourselves in the society? Like, what should we say? Like, I'm a housewife or a homemaker or a mother or a wife. What is the correct?
See, the materialistic people, they want to, show their, we are confident, we are potential, like that. But as far as we are internally happy, peaceful, why should we bother about whether to say a homemaker or a housewife? What is the problem for us? Actually, devotees are not housewives. Devotees are extra works. We have so much extra works. Are you simply housewife? Devotees, we have unlimited social works, right? Yes or no, Shyama? Are we simply
Yes,
housewives? You may be preaching,
yes,
you may be taking children's class, you may be serving in the temple, you may be serving in the congregation. So where we are simply housewife, Yes. Anyway, but
yes, yes, Mataji,
say
yes,
that I am a devotee.
yes,
We are neither housewives nor homemakers. We are devotees.
yes,
Yeah, devotees in this area, like. So when we become devotees, definitely we are not women, but because we are taken our birth in this women's body, we act according to women, that women's thing. Otherwise, we are not women, we are not men, we are not Indian, we are not Western, we are devotees. Anyway, devotees, the ladies, Matajis, are above this so-called ladies, right?
yes, Mataji, yes. And one more thing, our being a woman, being a stree, our first duty is to protect ourselves.
Correct.
So I have a friend who her husband is not with her, so like she's alone. So and sometimes she is like I speak with her, and I like you might be knowing her. She stays in Mayapur. So she because I speak to her, and sometimes I say, okay, why did you stay away from him? It is better for you. So am I correct in that way? Because she's always suffering because of him, and he's not properly looking after the children
Yeah,
also.
see, extreme cases nowadays we are finding that some men are really abusing, and the ladies are not able to live with them. So separation or divorce is the only solution. Such cases are coming up very much. But if that is true, like many are falsely saying, when we analyze the case only, we will come to know who is wrong or who is not wrong, all these things. So many complications are there. So simply we suggest that if, okay, we accept that whatever you say is right. Your husband is abusive. Okay, we accept it. But what is the next? Next is that you remain simple, you remain humble, don't get remarried. You continue your devotional service. Okay, a devotional service. Don't come in front line because you have no protection. See, if you have husband, I have husband, if we come up in some social activities, if we take up some things, but we have protection. Our husband is there always. My husband is always there for me. So I also take up some projects. But for a divorcee, for a widow, husband support is not there. So they should be in the back seat only. Okay. So
But like they have, she has two daughters, so she needs,
no,
man.
family members, brothers may be there, brothers,
No, nobody is
God
there.
brothers may be there.
Sorry,
God
father,
brothers.
brother, god brother. Mother actually, yeah, but I sometimes tell her that it's difficult to stay away from it. Is difficult for you to stay away from your husband because your children needs your husband. But then again, she, repeats the same thing, and then again I have to tell her that okay, you stay away from him. But I sometimes get confused that how should I, how should I
Guide her.
console or how should I
Guide her. How should you guide
guide
her?
her?
Right?
Yes.
No, better
Yeah.
she should be under some elderly couple, or she should be under some protection, some elderly couple. She can go to the Mataji, but that Mataji should have a husband also. Like, when I preach, I have preached lots of girls, young girls. So I have support of my husband. My husband is there for me as a background, so that I could take care of more people, more girls like that. So, like she has to, if she doesn't have parents, she doesn't have own brothers, she should go to the god sisters or some Matajis who has good stand, who has a good family. And there she should not become a disturbance between husband and wife. But there she should properly connect with the Mataji so that she gets support.
Yes, ma'am.
They should be like her parents. I have seen some single ladies go and create disturbance between husband and wife. That should not happen. That should be in like this, like she should take them as her parents in a higher condition where she can get protection and guidance.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So this topic is very big topic. So we will, next week we don't have class. So the next week we will continue or think about another topic. Vancha Kalpata.
Mataji, I have a request. Mataji, on parenting, do you have any class or could you give a class on parenting?
Parenting, you want me to give some class, huh?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, we will try and we will have a group discussion and we'll.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Mataji.
Vancha Kalpatari Prasakti Pasam Dipya Chabdidanam Pavan.